Hello, my name is Neil Rancor, coming at you with Focusist. Have you ever been studying, doing something very important that's worth like 50% of your grade, and you're just like, wow, big brain time, I should just start playing video games, I should just start watching YouTube, I should just start playing TikTok, I should play cards with myself? Well, the answer is now, Focusist. Focusist uses AI and EEG to tell when you're studying and when you're not studying. And when you're not studying, it uses a Raspberry Pi to hurl insults at you and tell you that you're not good enough, tell you that you're horrible, tell you that you should be studying more, and then it'll get you to study more. Preferably, I would have liked to use a taser, but I don't really have a taser, and the second best form of pain then is verbal abuse. Now going on to how it works. So I found some brain measurement thing from a MindFlex kit I got like a few years ago, and I'm just like, whoa, what if I connect that to my computer or to my Arduino or to my Raspberry Pi? And I'm like, whoa, turns out it's a lot harder than that, and I actually had to do a bit of soldering and hot gluing and tape, as you can see, and I had to connect it to ground and to data lane, but that ended up working, and it was a lot of work. Then, with the Arduino, I had to build my own custom parser for the actual stream that came in. So then I had parsed the data values, and I had to search up the actual schematics, and that was a bit of effort to find out how the data was formatted, but then it ended up working at the end, and first time I worked with C++ code, but it was really cool, and I got the Arduino to actually output it to a serial stream, which was perfect for my needs. Then I whipped up a quick Golang server just to record the data with an excellent UI, as you can see, just to record it into my training data, into studying, distracted, and pause, which pause obviously doesn't get recorded into the final data set. So then I went to training my neural network. At first I used a deep neural network with a neural network I made from scratch, but then eventually the optimizer, it was just a little too much, and I didn't build an optimizer for the learning rate, so it just didn't work out. So then I eventually used PyTorch and used that for my neural network, and it worked out. I had an accuracy of about 98%, I believe, and my loss was 0.02, which was really great, and it meant that it had learned it on the validation data and training data, which were about 2,000 to 3,000 data points each. Lastly, for the negative feedback, I didn't have a taser, so I eventually settled on verbal abuse through a Raspberry Pi. I made it through a web server so it's not easily touchable, because I would just regularly mute my computer if that happened. So I put it across the room on a Raspberry Pi with speakers, and I pulled up a mini node web server with text-to-speech, so then I can easily just send my insults at it, and it would just yell at me. And finally, I built a quick tracker and data analysis page where you can just kind of see your study ratio for the study ratio, your EEG, and just see your past study records and other types of that, like that, so you can have a quick logger of how everything is going. Okay, now that you know how it's built, let's do a quick demo. I'm going to record myself studying and the moment where I stop studying and just start watching YouTube videos and have it insult me. Okay, now I'm going to start watching YouTube videos.
Intel's x86 architecture was made so popular by the original IBM PC that 40 years after the original IBM 64, we're still using.
Start studying, or you never graduate high school.
Okay, all jokes aside, it's a very cool project because one, every single person can use it. From me, to a college student, to my parents, to like adults, everybody needs to focus at some point in their life and everybody has distractions. Two, I tried it during my homework and other types of things. It was able to detect me going on my phone, was able to detect me just looking away for a few seconds, and it actually caught me getting distracted. And it only had interrupted me once or twice when I was studying, so it had a relatively high accuracy rate. And three, it can get improved on, and the logging is really good because I like to see my study statistics and I like to see how much I'm studying and how I can improve. It's very good. Also, the EEG statistics that it saves is actually really cool. I like to see how my brain works. That's all just super cool stuff. So thank you for listening, and bye-bye. Ba-da-da-da-da.